Royal Caribbean has dropped some big news about one of its biggest cruise ships. NCL has sent out a warning to its most recent passengers on the NCL Prima. Judge has blocked the employment opportunity of a cruise executive, and very sad news coming out from MSC Cruises. This plus a conversation about violin music from an upset Carnival passenger. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. Unfortunately, today's story starts off with a sad story coming out of MSC Cruises. Longtime cruise director for MSC, Jean Moi Moi Young, has passed away. Jean was a longtime and well-regarded cruise director, known for bringing a lot of humor, a lot of positive energy to the sailings that he was in charge of. Prior to working at MSC, Jean also worked at Holland America Line, Victory Cruise Lines, and Stiletto Entertainment. Every report that I've read about Jean's passing has been filled with positive stories about Jean and an overwhelming sadness at this loss. As the details about Jean's death continue to be revealed, just a sad and tragic story. Just a reminder that every crew member that we interact with, they are people. And sometimes people have challenges. Sometimes people, even though you may see a happy facade, may have a struggle behind that happy facade. And so do your best to be nice to these folks and to give back to them some of the joy and cheer that they give to you. My thoughts and prayers are certainly with Jean's family and all those that are grieving this loss. Sad stuff. Sad stuff. Cruise news story number 2, an interesting one. I talked earlier in the week how the FDA had warned American Cruise Line that they had a couple cases of Legionnaires disease that were linked to their cruise ships. And now we have this letter that's come out from Norwegian Cruise Line out to guests that are on the NCL Prima today, February the 19th, that they also have an instance of a cruise passenger who has been reported to have Legionnaires disease who sailed on the NCL Prima back in November of 2022. Legionnaires disease is a severe type of pneumonia that is caused by the Legionella bacteria. The letter from Norwegian briefly outlines what happens when somebody reports with a disease like Legionnaires and how, out of an abundance of caution, NCL is notifying guests that are going to be on the Prima. The letter directed at the guests for the February 19th sailing also mentions that NCL will be doing a full testing of all of the places where the Legionella bacteria could be found. They note that most people, when they are exposed to Legionella, do not get sick, but there are some high-risk groups, people that are over the age of 50, people that are smokers, people with respiratory issues, and people that have autoimmune issues. Also, symptoms are pretty common. They include cough, fever, shortness of breath, muscle ache. An interesting warning that they gave in this letter, interesting, I guess, to me, because I'm more in that world now. They talk specifically about CPAP users, people that use the humidifier aspect of CPAP to not fill their tanks with the ship water. This letter went out to people that are sailing today on the Prima, NCL Prima, February the 19th. It'll be interesting to see if subsequent sailings get the same warning. I'm on the Prima on the 5th of March, and I have yet to get this warning, so it'll be interesting if those warnings continue to come. This is twice in 1 week where we have warnings about Legionnaires and Legionnaires possibly connected to cruise ships. Cruise news story number 3, an exciting cruise news story for Royal Caribbean fans, especially fans of the big ships. I love a big ship. I love a big ship with a nice wide aft, so much room to get it done. Am I right? Well, one of the challenges with the Oasis class of cruise ships is they normally only sail 7 days or longer. So when it comes to Royal's biggest ships, short cruise enthusiasts are kind of left out in the lurch. There's no 3 or 4 day cruises on the Oasis class cruise ships. At least there's not until now. Starting in October of this year, the Allure of the Seas, one of the world's largest cruise ships, the second cruise ship in the Oasis class, will begin doing 3 and 4 day sailings out of Florida. First, in Port Canaveral and then moving to Miami in July of 2024. How do you guys feel about a short cruise? I went through this phase where I wasn't interested in a short cruise at all, but now that I have more opportunity to cruise, sometimes those 7-day cruises week after week or a couple in a month, that kind of thing, it gets to be overwhelming. There's times where I would love just to pop onto a cruise ship, just drive over to Canaveral 2 hours, pop on a cruise ship for 3 or 4 days, and then get back off and get back to life on land. Do you like a short cruise? What's your favorite cruise length? If you could pick any cruise, leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 4, almost a story of corporate intrigue, has a judge in Florida denying a cruise executive from beginning work at Crystal Cruises. Now you may remember Crystal Cruises is the brand that went bankrupt, and they've been revived, and they're starting to fill out their executive team. And well, there's a cruise executive named Matthias Lira who is ready to go work for Crystal Cruises. However, there's a rub. Rub is with his former employer, Silver Sea Cruises, and it's with Silver Seas that Matthias Lira has a non-compete. The judge found it likely that if Lira would immediately transfer to Crystal Cruises, at least for right now, it does seem like he would be in breach of the non-compete. He said it like this: there is ample evidence that Lira received confidential business information and trade secrets during the course of his nearly 9 years at Silver Sea, 5 years of which he served as a senior executive, and Lira does not dispute that he removed Silver Sea's documents for his own benefit without permission. When you leave a job, that's one thing, but when you leave a job and you take the documents with you, I guess this is parallel to some things that are going on in politics. We don't have to get into that, but when you leave a job and take some of the documents with you, it could cause some trouble. And so it's going to be interesting to see as Crystal Cruises starts to ramp up as a new company, will this executive, Matthias Lira, be able to go work with Crystal Cruises, especially with all that knowledge and documents that he's taken with him. As for now, the judge says, how about no? I wonder if he's still getting paid by anybody. That'd be weird if you quit your job and then can't get another job. I thought about leaving La Lido Loca and going to work for Don's Family Vacations, but I have so much La Lido Loca secrets here that I think a judge would stop me from doing that also. So sorry, Don. Now, as you guys may know, I enjoy a good bit of cruise drama. I love some cruise complaints. And well, I never thought I'd hear somebody complain about the violin music on a cruise ship, but I have such a story. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe if you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. A great time to hit the like button also. Please do that. Thank you in advance. Well, you never know what's going to come out over there on the Carnival, the cruise line social medias. Well, the latest is somebody complaining about the string trio that plays in the atrium on Carnival cruise ships. The complainer, their first initial T, it's not me, I promise, says, "Why is there so much violin music? Is this a new trend? Is this in demand? I am cruising to the Caribbean, not Carnegie Hall. Is Carnival changing their business model from the fun ship to the snooze ships? Nobody wants this music, especially us sailing from Galveston. Put a country band in and have the violins walk the plank." This complaint is ridiculous to me. So I don't know who you are, T, but you need to slow your roll deep in the heart of Texas. All the Carnival ships have rock bands, they got country bands, they got solo guitarists, and yeah, they've got the string trio that normally plays like Led Zeppelin with their violins. Den-in-it, 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 den-in-it. It's not like you're going there to hear Mozart's concerto. Is there not fiddle music in Texas? What a dumb complaint, I think. I'm going to file this under dumb complaints. Remember, when you're asking a question, there is no dumb questions, only dumb people. Make sure you use that at your next employee meeting. They'll love the heck out of that. What do you think? Do you like the string trio on the Carnival Cruise Line? Is this Texas T over here just shooting their mouth off for nothing? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. I sure hope you enjoyed it. This is Tony for La Lido Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.